Alright guys, welcome back to Wasenshido Dojo. This is day 19 of 30 days martial arts for beginners. Today is about accuracy and speed. So get your headband balls and your boxing headband ball. Get it ready to go, get us some gear, and let's get going. If you don't have one of these, then just order one and come back to the video later, or you just follow along in the video anyways and just go along with the movements. There's a few things that we're going to do without any props, so yeah, so get ready, get going, and let's get started. All right, now that you have your headband ball, toss it on, make sure it's in the center. When the ball hangs down, make sure it's around about where your belly button is. It could be a little lower, a little bit higher, but if it's higher, it's going to be a little more difficult. Right where your belly button is, if I look straight ahead, it's right on top of my belly button. So now, I like to use the yellow one because it's easier to see. A little more difficult is the black one. I actually gave it away, I think, to my buddy that has with the extra headband. So yellow, red, different colors are a little easier. So the first thing you want to do, today's theme is about accuracy, okay? Other hand is up. You just want to start hitting it. I like to use the vertical fist and just start slow, just start light, just a light tap, okay? Nice light tap and a downward angle. Downward seems to be a little easier than if it's out front here. Okay, just stick with one hand. Staying in one spot, standing in one spot's easier as well. Once you start doing it, you start get a little bit better. You just start moving around. Okay, now use the other hand. Just tapping it, one hand. Remember to breathe. Relax your face. Switch your hands. Relax your arms. Relax your shoulders. Okay, tension is going to cause you to not be fast, not have speed, as much speed. Tension will slow you down, and it will cause you to be less accurate as well. Okay, now you can start going back and forth, one hit back and forth. You start to walk a little bit. This takes time. The first time I got this out, I barely could hit this thing. I was just like, I hit it a couple times and I was like, you know, I was wrapping around my neck, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. So, you know, just start with this. It took me several sessions to do, maybe 10-15 minutes each session to really start getting a good feel for it. And that was after years and years of training. So I picked it up pretty quick. Okay, so go a little faster, go hit it a little harder. Okay, string gets caught on my thumb sometimes because if my thumb is a little too loose. All right, so remember to breathe. And now, once you get that first part down where you just have one hand at a time, then the other hand at a time, then back and forth, then you start hitting a little harder, a little faster. Do 2 on each side, 2, 3, you know, whatever you feel like, just start. Okay, bring that hand back to the face for, you know, for good habits, good protection. Okay, again, that's a little more advanced. Breathe in the nose and out the mouth or out the nose. All right, walk forward. Just normal walking. Walk normal backwards. That one for some reason is getting me a little more difficult for some reason. Doing a circle. Then do the circle the other way. Drop your stance, so lower your center of gravity. Widen your legs, widen your feet. Okay. Now That's all beginner stuff. Now we're getting more advanced, okay? So hitting it harder and also having the ball come up a little higher like this instead of downward at an angle seems to be a lot easier. But when you start doing this straight ahead, okay, it's getting lost in my, my spotlight in the background. Okay, boom, boom. Now we got punches down. Let's start doing a knife hand. And it's a lot more difficult. Just trying different things for fun. Okay? And now if you're doing some punches, let's go back and do a little elbow in there. If it starts to go, this is where it gets advanced, when it starts to bounce around from left to right, boom, 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 and you're going back and forth. And to follow it, that's the accuracy, that's the speed. Boom, boom. And see what I did? Just like, if it just gets caught for whatever, just kind of push it out, you know, boom. Boom. Use your leg, use your hip, you know, boom. Just freestyle with it. Let it fly by you and shoot and hit it the other way. This is more advanced though. Boom. Boom. It got me there. All right. So we did knife hands, we did some elbows. You can't really do a palm heel strike. It's a little bit more because you're hitting that string with your hands, with your fingers. Do a little finger flick. I'm trying to do it in front of the camera. It's getting me. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, now more advanced stuff is using your peripheral vision. So, right now I'm looking at the camera. So it's pretty close to my peripheral, but it's like maybe a foot away from my center line, where my hand is, my center line of sight, where I was looking, and the ball was about right here. So I'm going to try it again. Now I'm looking at the camera. Okay, it's a lot more difficult. So if you see my peripheral vision, and then also talking with the camera, it's much more difficult. Because I practiced this and did pretty good outside the camera. Now I start talking and thinking. There we go. Peripheral vision video. Again, if you're doing peripheral vision, you can just start with one hand like this. And then look away, and then look back. And move slowly. Look away slow, and then bring your vision back slow. If you start moving your head and moving your eyes, of course you're moving your head, you're going to move the string. But move your eyes slow. Okay, do some leopard fists. Okay, moving from peripheral vision to bob here. Same thing. So again, this is more advanced. This is advanced stuff now. As you're hitting the ball, get close to bob or close to an opponent. Don't use a real person when you're doing this, because you could kind of jam into their face and their eyes. Just use a bob or a punching bag, or even just the wall. I mean, be careful with the wall because you can jam your fingers, but use something soft if you can. Try to find something soft. Punching bag. So I'm just going to be using the ball here close to Bob, and then I'm going to strike Bob with my peripheral vision. Okay, I'm just using a finger flick to the face. Hand is up, hitting it. Boom, and a palm heel strike to the face. And I lost the ball there. There you go. This is stuff I'm practicing on right now. Okay, let's throw a little punch, little finger flick, little palm heel. Now switch sides. And I'm also using my peripheral vision. I'm using my speed. Boom. Okay, now I'll go down in a low stance. I think my brain is getting a little bit tired of hitting the ball at this point. Okay, maybe you're blocking as you're hitting the ball. Okay, you're ducking under something. Boom. And back and forth, another, using the other hand and blocking. If you're bobbing and weaving. Okay, I think we've had enough ball for today. This is an amazing tool. Get it, practice with it. It's perfect for your accuracy and your speed. I can't say anything more about, I can't promote it enough. For 20 bucks. You get 2 of these for $20 and like 4 balls. All right. Now, again, breathe, relax, empty mind. So accuracy and specifically speed comes with having an empty mind. So a lot of, they talk about this Zen and in Japanese culture and martial arts and Kung Fu and Chinese and all these Zen Buddhism and all these things. Empty mind. Okay, just staying very surface level today, beginner. We've all seen The Last Samurai where they tell Tom Cruise, no mind, no mind, no mind, when he's practice sword fighting with the other masters. Speed comes from emptying that mind. A lot of practice, of course. If you see my other videos talking about the tendon strength, fast twitch muscles, flexibility, all those things are very important for your speed, and of course accuracy too, but mainly speed. And then your brain and brain and body connection, or mind-body connection. So your mind, in many cultures, is to be in your whole body. Your mind is surrounding every cell in your whole body. Your mind is working in other places. It's just what it is it's anchored into the brain. So the mind is anchored into the brain. So basically brain/mind body connection. Now when we're doing all these practices and exercises and working with the ball and doing these practices with punching bags, punching the dummy Bob, or sparring, working with an opponent, we're connecting our brain with our body more and more. We're building neurons in the brain. You're literally creating new neurons, new neurons and neuronal connections. So it's like when you start, let's say, as a child or anybody starting to learn piano or any instrument or anything, starting to learn martial arts from scratch. You're starting to build new neural pathways in the brain, and you're building more neurons, more connections. So the brain and the body is talking to it. The brain is talking to the body better than it did before. It's connected more than it did before. It's firing neurons and communicating faster with the body than it did before. Bruce Lee kind of talked about this. He was just starting to talk about this stuff in his philosophy and the mental and philosophy aspect of the martial arts. So that's why in the martial arts it's so important to learn philosophy and to work on that meditation, to have an empty mind, because when you have an empty mind, you just become better in almost every way that I can think of. You become a better martial artist, you move better, you move quicker, you're more limber, you're more flexible, because there's all the connections are more powerful. So when I'm about to strike, I want to be very relaxed in a way. And then once I strike, it's like a serpent, or it's like a snake, or I want to say like a shark or something like that, where it's graceful and relaxed, and then the snake just shoots out and bites the opponent or constricts the opponent. So your arm is like a snake. So relaxing the mind, letting go of all your thoughts, and this takes practice through meditation and all that kind of stuff. So this isn't just a video exactly for that, but that's just wanting to go over why that's important to practice as well, because it helps with your speed and accuracy and your power. So if I'm here, okay, fast, and then the power comes with that speed. It's the fa jin in Chinese, in Kung Fu, they call it the fa jin, is that fast, powerful, it's smooth, so I'm really relaxed on my arms here. My hand is relaxed, and then I'm just like a snake, just really fast. Okay, boom, right to the neck. Right. Okay, fast speed. That you got to practice it. The fast twitch muscles, the flexibility. So yoga practice, flexible, and isometric training, isometric stretching, building the tendons and ligaments. Working on your mind, working on your the meditation and cleansing your mind of just so many thoughts and relaxing. So when I'm sitting here, and you have to have relaxed breath as well. So my whole body is just relaxed. I'm limber. I'm letting my thoughts just go. It's hard to explain. You have to experience it. So my arms, everything is really relaxed here. And I'm just, when I practice my speed, I just practice, okay, there's just nothingness. And there's just a lightning connection between my brain and my whole body and my arm. And then you work your body, and that's when you see somebody, anybody. I just always see Bruce Lee in his interviews. He was just throwing those fast punches, but you just okay. And once you get all that body into it, like that's Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch, right? So he would, really put his whole body into it, and it'd just be like a chain whip. And so if I'm here, same thing, I can do, it's like a 1-inch knife hand strike. So if my hand is on his head, and I'm gonna do a shudo, palm up shudo strike here. Okay, like that. Okay, enough about that. Empty mind. Practice, practice, practice. Brain-body connection, nervous system connection. Now, the last thing we talk about, we did the ball drop exercise. I clipped that in already. And that's a speed exercise and reactive speed exercise. And now the last thing is slow striking at an opponent with precision. So now I've done a video on isometric stretching, isometrics, and isometric like movement with like punches. So another thing about accuracy and speed is precision. So when you first start out, this is again, we've gone into some advanced things and some advanced explanations, but we need to dial it back to beginner again with some slow precision exercises. Start with a punch. I'm tensing my muscles just like 20% at the most. Okay? I'm getting my movement. I'm getting my movement of my feet and my hips and my shoulders. Okay, and now I got the movement down. Just pick a spot. You can take a little Boshiken fist and just a little thumb strike just to the eye. Okay, your hand is up, kind of like you're gonna throw a throwing knife or a throwing star, or throw a ball. You know, if you're like, go, you tell the person go, 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 and your hand is out, and you throw a football or a baseball. Hand is up towards the where you want to strike, and then you're twisting your body. Take the thumb right to the eye, right to the cheek. Let's say you want to just, for good habit, you go to the throat here, right to the, not to the very center, but right to the side of the throat here. Boom. Here. Breathe out. Exhale as you go. And again, you're tensing your arms and your muscles because of isometrics. Getting that good twist on the foot. This is a little more relaxed. This is a little bit tense on purpose. You're tensing it because it's isometric training, not because you want to be so fast. Okay. Switching sides, right to the breathe. All right, just look and pay attention where you're going. You don't have to have some peripheral vision but just to start out, again, this is beginner, so you're looking right at the spot on the neck. Okay, there's actually this little shadow, this tiny little spot like size of a dime that I'm just every single time going right to it. Okay, now I'm gonna do my palm heel right to the nose. Again, get that tension in the forearm and all the muscles in the arm. Like I can feel my, just 25%, 30%. And again, if you want to do a double strike, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're doing the tension because of isometrics. I want to keep reiterating that. We're not doing this doing this to practice to build speed. So then when you relax and you're done doing the isometrics and you're not tensing anymore, and boom, fast. Boom, flick to the eyes. Boom, boom, coming in for a knife hand strike. Boom. Okay. All right. Now palm heel, isometric palm heel. You can do a nice vertical fist to the chin. I don't really like to practice punching with knuckles or with a fist because if you're likely to break your knuckles and break your hand if you ever strike somebody like that and you didn't work out all the tendons and ligaments and build up all the bones in your hand. So that's why I'm always doing palm heel strikes. But just for once in a while, I'll do a little, vertical strike. I don't promote doing any, pretty much any vertical or horizontal fists, unless it's needed, like a uppercut to the throat, or a vertical or horizontal upside down horizontal, okay, to the gut, to the solar plexus or to the ribs. All right, vertical fist works just as good, and you're using all the power, straight line power from your body here. Boom. All right. All right. Palm heel. See, I don't even like doing that. Palm heel. It's all that. You stay away from all those bones in the wrists and the hands. Palm heel right in. You don't even really need much of anything else. You palm heel right to the body too, or elbow. All right. The fist is just like a breakup. Unless you are a fighter or a boxer or whatever, and you know what you're doing, that's fine. But as far as beginners, intermediate, and people that haven't worked out and build up the strength in the bones and tendons at the hand and the knuckles, forget about it. Palm heel strikes, that's all you need. All right, I think that's it for today. Get that headband ball. Get your bob, get your dummy out. You can get a used bob. I bought this used with somebody colored in a black eye, which I thought was hilarious. Yeah, I got this for about 200 used, but you don't need it brand new necessarily, as long as it's a good condition. So. So keep training, keep practicing, and build up that speed and build up that accuracy. I'll see you guys next time.